Good morning, grade 5. Today we are going to be finishing off our above and below the forest. So what we're going to do is we've got the background and we're going to put that to one side for a little while. And now we have got a white piece of paper in front of us. You're going to need a white piece of paper today. You're going to need two. You're going to need one for your trees and then another one on which you're going to put your animals, please. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw about 7 trees. But we're not going to draw the top of the trees. We're just going to draw the trunks. And we're going to go all the way from the top of the page down all the way to the bottom of the paper like that, going off the edge. Okay, so 1 tree, and I think I'm going to draw about 7 trees. So that is 1. It doesn't, remember, a tree is not a straight line. Trees are wibbly wobbly things. They've got lots of different branches, and so don't make them too straight, please. They are quite straight trees, but they always have a little bit of a wobble to them. So I'm going to do this in a time lapse now. And once I finish doing this, then I'm going to paint them all. So I'm going to draw them and paint them in a time lapse. And then I will show you the next step. Remember, when you're painting, use different shades of brown. So you add black to brown to make it darker, and you add white to brown to make it lighter. If you're using your twisty, remember, just press more light. Let me just show you with a crayon quickly on just a scrap. So if you're going to press lightly, it's going to go light. If you're going to press harder, it'll go dark. Okay, so that's going to be how you're going to use your twisties or crayons if you're going to be doing the trees. So I'm going to do a time lapse now, and then I will do the painting and I'll show you the next step. Once you've done your trees and have coloured them in, it's time to cut them out. Okay, now that I've got all my trees, we're going to have to place them where we want them to go. We're going to have to cut them because they are much bigger than the paper, but the reason that we've done them bigger is so that we can choose how long we want them. You're going to have some in the foreground, some in the middle ground. I think that one will be in the middle ground. Let's have it like that, and I'm going to cut it. So I'm going to just decide where I want it to be, and I'm going to draw with my pencil. I want it to be up here, and then I'll cut along that line and stick it down there, and then I'll cut off the top there. So we've made them nice and big just so that we can see how we want to lay them out, where we want to put them. I've done 7. 7 is a good number. This one can maybe, oh no, let's put a small one in the back, like that. We have to, 1, 2, 3, maybe have another one here. This can be hiding behind that one a little bit, have that one up there. So boys, before you stick them down, remember to just play around with where things are going to go. I think that one might go like that. Play around with where they're going to go before you stick them down. Remember to put some in the front, some in the back, and some in the middle. That one, I think, this one is going to be right at the front of the forest over here. I think this one will be a little bit to the middle ground, maybe the same length as that one. That one will be really far back. I want to put right at the back there. This one, I think I'll put right on like this. It's going like up like that, and I'll put it right on the edge of the forest. That one I think is good. I'll just cut it off there and then there. Please cut the trees to the right size and stick them down. Okay, so I've now done my trees and I've stuck them all down, and can you see I've done some on the same level and some on different levels just to add a little bit of perspective to make some look further away, and I've overlapped a bit here so this tree looks behind, like it's behind this one, and I'm happy with how it looks. I've also done my animals, so that's your next step. If you haven't already done them last week, please do your animals, colour them in and cut them out now. So I've done a little mole, I've done a rabbit and a fox. You can choose whichever animals you want. And then I think the next step, we're going to do some leaves. Time to do the leaves. Right, so here is my paper. Now, you can use coloured paper. I didn't have coloured paper at home, so I just painted oranges, yellows and greens on this piece of paper, and I'm now going to cut them out into leaf shapes. So I'm going to actually not even draw the leaves on, I'm just going to cut out shapes of leaves out of this paper. If you don't have coloured paper, then what I would suggest is you either paint your paper or you draw your leaves on and then colour them in using your twisties. All right, so I'm going to now do some cutting, cut out some leaves, and then once I've done that, I'm going to unify my collage, which means I'm going to put it all together. Okay boys, and now this is the end result. Sorry, these are from my double-sided tape. I left my glue at school when I was teaching grade 6 this week, so I have just had to use double-sided tape for this project. But this is what we need to do: stick down our little animals, stick down our leaves, and this is what it will look like at the end. Then just think about balance. So I've put oranges, I've spread the oranges around, I've spread the greens around, so it looks balanced and it's not just green, orange and yellow. Okay, and then with the animals, I've stuck them down and I see this looks a little bit bare over here. So I would probably add something here, maybe a little mouse or something, or maybe something burrowing underground, maybe some earthworms or something, just to balance out the picture. Okay, boys, that's all for today. I hope you enjoy the lesson and I really look forward to seeing you at school. Please remember to bring your final piece for me to mark at school. Thank you so much.